Welcome to the Human 5.0 Project, the podcast where we cut straight to the breakthroughs that matter, the show where science meets self-optimization. I'm your host, Ultimate Biohacker 10X, and here we break down the real research, real data, and real dosing behind modern biohacking, from compounds and peptides to techniques, devices, lifestyle strategies, and performance protocols. Most people jump in and jump out before they get the gold, so we're keeping it tight and delivering the essential insights you need without the fluff. If you've taken the time to hit play, we'll make sure you walk away with valuable knowledge that can transform your approach to longevity, health optimization, and beyond. You're training hard, you're eating cleaner, you're trying to sleep better, but still, recovery feels slower. That midsection fat, it's harder to move, muscle doesn't bounce back the same, and your body just doesn't have the same output it used to. Then the promises start. HGH fixes it. This peptide fixes it. This stack will make you younger. Slow down. Here from sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida, welcome back to the Human 5.0 Project. I'm your host, the Ultimate Biohacker 10X, and today we are doing a no-hype, straight analysis deep dive into one of the most talked about peptides in the longevity and performance world, Ipamorelin, the selective growth hormone secretagogue that many call the cleanest and gentlest option in its class. We're going to cover what it is, how it actually works, the real benefits versus the hype, smart dosing and stacking, especially with CJC-1295, side effects, risks, and what users actually experience in the real world. This isn't hype, this is analysis. Let's do this. But before we dive in, this episode is for educational and informational purposes only. This is not medical advice. I'm not your doctor. This is not a prescription, and this is not an endorsement of unsupervised use. Ipamorelin is a research peptide or compounded medication. It is not FDA approved for anti-aging, muscle building, fat loss, or general performance enhancement. Peptides exist in a legal gray area depending on your country and sourcing. If you have any history of cancer, endocrine issues, blood sugar problems, or serious medical conditions, talk to a qualified clinician before considering anything in this category. We don't do hype here, we do honest physiology. Let's start simple. Ipamorelin is a synthetic pentapeptide, just 5 amino acids long. You don't need to memorize the sequence. It belongs to the class of growth hormone secretagogues and acts as a Ghrelin receptor agonist. It was developed in the late 90s, and it was one of the first compounds designed to stimulate growth hormone with high selectivity, meaning it aims to give you the GH signal without dragging along a lot of unwanted hormonal baggage. Here's the key distinction that matters. Direct synthetic HGH injections flood your system with exogenous hormone from the outside. Over time, this can suppress your body's own natural production. Ipamorelin works differently. It acts as a signal that encourages your own pituitary gland to release pulsatile bursts of your own growth hormone, plus downstream IGF-1. Think of it like this. HGH is like renting a Ferrari. Ipamorelin is like tuning up the engine you already have. That's why it gained popularity among athletes chasing recovery, high performers over 35 dealing with age-related GH decline, and biohackers focused on body comp and sleep. But popularity is not proof. The mechanism, though, that's worth understanding. So here's how it works under the hood. Ipamorelin binds to Ghrelin receptors in the hypothalamus and pituitary gland. This triggers pulsatile growth hormone release, which is the natural, healthy pattern your body is designed for, while also reducing the inhibitory effect of somatostatin. And this is your body's natural brake on growth hormone. What's the big advantage? Selectivity. Unlike older peptides like GHRP6, which can make you ravenously hungry, or GHRP2, which tends to spike cortisol and prolactin, Ipamorelin is known for delivering a cleaner GH pulse with minimal impact on cortisol, ACTH, prolactin, and appetite drive. It has a relatively short half-life, around 2 hours, which actually helps create more natural-looking GH pulses, especially when dosed at night to align with your body's circadian rhythm. The most common and powerful way people use it is stacked with CJC-1295, which is a GHRH analog. Ipamorelin provides the strong pulse, and CJC-1295 extends and amplifies the signal. Together, they create a synergistic 1 + 1 = 3 effect for many users. Mechanistic plausibility is high, but remember, plausibility is not the same as proven long-term human outcomes. So what can you reasonably expect? Here's the honest breakdown. Science signals plus real-world user reports. Sleep quality, often the first noticeable benefit. Many users report deeper REM, fewer awakenings, and waking up more refreshed. It aligns well with natural nighttime GH pulses. Fat loss and body recomp, particularly helpful for visceral or deep abdominal fat, and it supports lipolysis, which is the burning of fat, and improved metabolism while helping preserve lean body mass. Changes usually become visible between weeks 4 to 12 when diet and training are solid. Muscle recovery and performance? Yes, faster post-workout repair, reduced soreness, and better training adaptation. Good for athletes and anyone training consistently past age 35. Anti-aging and skin health? There's enhanced collagen synthesis, and this can lead to better skin elasticity, fewer fine lines, and improved hair and nails for some. It's really driven by the IGF-1 and the cellular repair axis. Energy, vitality, and overall resilience? Many describe feeling more like their younger self, better recovery, more consistent energy, faster healing. And here's the reality check. These benefits are most pronounced when fundamentals are already dialed in. Sleep, training, nutrition, and stress management. If your lifestyle's chaotic, a peptide will not rescue you. Large-scale human trials for anti-aging and body composition are still limited. A lot of what we know comes from smaller studies, animal data, and clinical user experience. So now let's get to our practical side. Common protocols would be 200 to 300 micrograms via sub-Q injection, typically 1 to 3 times per day. Most popular timing? Before bed, obviously, to ride the natural GH pulse during sleep, or split, morning and pre-bed for more aggressive protocols. Use a small insulin syringe in your fatty tissue, belly, outer thigh, or love handle, and most people find the injections quick and painless. The classic stack would include CJC-1295 plus Ipamorelin. Many compounded versions do come blended, and a frequent dose is around 100 to 200 micrograms of CJC and 200 to 300 micrograms of Ipamorelin per injection. We reconstitute gently with bacteriostatic water, and of course you never shake the bottle. Store in the refrigerator after mixing, and the cycle would include a 3 to 6 months on, then a break, and reassess with labs. Important here, this is descriptive and not prescriptive. Copying random form protocols is gambling with your biology, and I am simply giving you what is out there in the forums and what users are using in the biohacking and bodybuilding world. Ipamorelin has a reputation as one of the mildest GHRPs, and that reputation is largely earned. Common mild side effects: injection site redness or itching, transient headaches or flushing, mild water retention, occasional dizziness or fatigue. You typically avoid the big hunger spike of GHRP6 and the heavier cortisol prolactin issues of GHRP2. Serious considerations: not for anyone with active cancer or strong cancer history, because growth hormone and IGF-1 can promote cell growth, and there's just not enough data to show if it's safe or not. Potential effects on blood sugar: monitor if you have metabolic concerns, and long-term safety data in humans is limited. Here's some non-negotiables. Get a baseline and follow-up blood work. At a very minimum, IGF-1, fasting glucose, hemoglobin A1C, and a full hormone panel. This is metabolic pharmacology and not a supplement, so we really need to treat it with respect or we don't touch it at all. Now some quick comparisons. And we'll look at GHRP2 and GHRP6 first. This is cleaner, with fewer side effects, less hunger, and less stress hormone elevation. Versus direct human growth hormone, this is gentler, it's more physiologic, it's pulsatile, it's less suppressive, but usually milder effects, and it's lower cost. Versus tesamorelin, now this is a different focus. Tesamorelin is more visceral fat specific and FDA approved for certain conditions. Okay, how about a user experience timeline? What would be the most common pattern? Week 1 to 2, noticeable sleep improvement. Weeks 3 to 6, better recovery and energy. Weeks 8 plus, visible body comp shifts, if diet and training are locked in. Bottom line, Ipamorelin can amplify a good system, but it can't replace one. So here's where I land on Ipamorelin. It's one of the cleaner, more selective tools in the growth hormone peptide space. It has strong mechanistic plausibility, and many users report meaningful improvements in sleep, recovery, and body composition when fundamentals are already in place. But it's not a magic bullet. It's not a replacement for sleep, training, nutrition, or discipline, and it should never be treated like an internet toy. Master the basics first. Get labs before and during. Source only from reputable compounding pharmacies or sources with proper oversight, and work with a knowledgeable clinician who understands peptides. If you're over 35 and noticing the slow decline in recovery and vitality, Ipamorelin is worth understanding as part of the Human 5.0 toolkit, but only as a sophisticated add-on, never as a shortcut. This is the Ultimate Biohacker 10X, signing off from Fort Lauderdale. If this episode gave you clarity, share it with someone who's serious about optimizing without the hype. And you can send me your questions. The next episode is TBA, so stay tuned. For now, stay curious, stay disciplined, and stay optimized. This is Ultimate Biohacker 10X. I'll talk to you in the next one. And I'm out. Thanks for listening to the Human 5.0 Project. If you found value in today's episode, share it with someone who's ready to elevate their biology. Make sure to follow the show for weekly deep dives into peptides, protocols, devices, lifestyle strategies, and the science of high-performance longevity. Until next time, stay curious, stay optimized, and stay 10X.